Welcome to today's edition of How the Game Was Won. Today we're looking at the 10th Tal Memorial 2016. The game's played specifically on the 2nd of October 2016 between Kramnik with white and Gelfand with black. Without further ado, let's roll through the opening and see how the game played itself out. Beginning e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, a6, nothing unusual here. Bishop g5, e6, f4, knight b to d7, queen e2, queen c7, castle along b5, a3, bishop b7, and as you can see, the knight-off variation of the Sicilian defense. g4, rook c8, bishop takes f6, g takes f6, h4, queen b6, rook h3, h5, f5, e5, knight b3, h takes on g4, queen takes on g4, b4, a takes on b4, queen takes on b4, and black's got some structural problems here that will persist well into the endgame. The question is how much counterplay can he muster with his pair of bishops and some open files on the queen side. Black's king, at least for now, is not in danger, but being trapped in the middle of the board is generally not the ideal place for the king to be stuck. King b1, knight b6, queen e2, bishop h6, queen f2, rook c6, knight a2, queen a4, rook c3, which is a good positional idea. White exchanged the rook on c6, and both a powerful attacker and an important defender at the same time. King e7, rook times c6, queen takes c6, knight a5, queen c7, knight takes on b7, queen takes on b7, knight b4, rook b8, queen b6, queen takes on b6, knight d5 check, king f8, knight b6, knight takes on b6, rook takes on b6, c3, which is a very, for want of a better word, human type of move in this type of position. The endgame is just simply lost for black. White's bishop is too powerful, the black's a pawn is way too weak, and the h pawn is a big problem as far as black's defenses are concerned. And what's more, the f7 pawn has become a permanent target that white can zero in on, and for that matter the f6 pawn as well. Bishop e3, king c2, king g7, b4, king h6, bishop c4, bishop f2, rook h1, rook c6, king b3, rook b6, king c2, rook c6, king d3, rook c7, bishop takes on a6, king h5, bishop c4, rook a7, bishop d5, king h6, h5, bishop b6, king c4, bishop e3, king to b3, bishop to b6, rook h2, bishop e3, rook e2, bishop b6, rook a2, and it doesn't take Kramnik very long to calculate that his bishop endgame is completely winning and working out the basic maneuver necessary for him to bring home the full point, which commences after rook takes an a2, king takes an a2, king h5, king takes an h5, king b3, bishop f2, king a4, king h6, king b5, king g7, king c6, king f8, b5, king e7, king c7, and in this position, as you can see, black is going to either need to give up his his bishop, or let the b pawn march through and queen. But even so, even if, for instance, black would be able to give up on, say, sacrifice the bishop for the pawn on the b6 square, something that white would still be able to look at is maybe sacrificing his own bishop by taking on f7, which would then allow the king to pick up the d6 pawn, and then that would simply allow the passed pawn sitting on c3 to march its way through without any problems whatsoever. So in this position, Gelfand obviously realized that the position was 120% completely lost, resigned the game. Kramnik picked up the point, and that, my friends, is how the game was won. Feel free to like and share this video, post any comments, questions, criticisms that you may have in the comment section down below. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and last but by no means least, remember, stay carved up for the win. I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Go vegan.